Hello, everyone. My name is Katy Seib, and welcome to my organizational leadership portfolio. This portfolio captures all the information I have obtained while completing my master's degree in Mercyhurst University's organizational leadership program. Today's video is an overview of the 4 learning outcomes of this program. You can find these 4 learning outcomes under the Organizational Leadership tab by clicking on Organizational Leadership. On here, you will scroll down. You will see the program overview and then the 4 learning outcomes. The first learning outcome is to distinguish contemporary leadership theories and models, articulate a personal leadership philosophy, and apply appropriate models to an organizational setting. The first example I would like to take you to is under the About Me section up top under Leadership Philosophy. To establish my personal leadership philosophy, I first had to determine my why, which is a core concept of contemporary leader Simon Sinek and his Golden Circle model. In this model, a person's why is the core belief that motivates a person. Analyzing myself utilizing Sinek's model, I distinguish my core beliefs are empathizing with others to motivate them in achieving self-growth, self-worth, and a feeling of sense of inclusion. These principles correlate to servant and authentic leadership styles. Servant leaders emphasize prioritizing their followers' well-being and development, while authentic leaders are true to themselves and consistent with their values, which enhances stronger relationships with their followers. As a leader, I strive to exemplify authenticity, be attentive to their concerns, lead with passion, and have open communication with them. Emphasizing with my followers enforces the mentality that the team feels valued and heard. This fosters collaboration, innovation, accountability, and a values-first approach. Further showcase work to exemplify leadership theories and models to an organizational setting would be my Crisis Handbook Manual that I submitted in my OL 645 Crisis Communication class. Scrolling down, you will locate them on the bottom left side, listed under Crisis Handbook Manual. When you open it up, it might take a few seconds, but this will provide and demonstrate how organizations comprehend a crisis and how to mitigate it. Through this manual, I discuss 8 concepts as seen in Chapter 3. I depict the risk mitigation and Buddha's loop framework to assist in mitigating risks. By clicking the back button, it will take you back to the portfolio. The second learning outcome is to consistently demonstrate exemplary written, oral, interpersonal, and presentation skills for effective organizational communication. And the third learning outcome is to assess the characteristics of self, others, groups, and organizations as an integral part of the process of leadership, including applying ethical and professional standards to the organizational setting. Throughout this program, the majority of all assignment requirements included all of these skills. Going through my portfolio under organizational leadership, the OL 530 class, Organizational Communication for Leaders tab highlights 3 of my work submissions that exemplify these requirements. Once again, you can scroll down and see them on the left side and on the bottom. In the OL class, I presented the Max Verstappen leadership profile. My video submission on this leadership profile exemplifies oral, interpersonal, and presentation skills for effective organizational communication. Additionally, I assess the characteristics of Verstappen as an integral part of the process of leadership with professional standards. Several professional standards mentioned throughout this presentation include credibility, self-management, high-performing teams, generations, and cultural intelligence. I begin this video presentation with a catchy musical jingle to grab the audience's attention. From there, I highlight Verstappen's professional life, depicting his strengths and weaknesses. One of his weaknesses mentioned is his irrational behavior of making risky moves in organizational races. Utilizing the framing effect, storytelling, emotion in messages, and tone of voice, I exemplify interpersonal skills to pervade persuasive and empathetic positive messages about Verstappen and stakeholders. Scrolling up to OL 504, Research Methods, I was tasked with interviewing a leader of an organization on the topic of followership, located on the left-hand side. Prior to interviewing a CEO and co-owner, I developed a set of interview questions to apply ethical and professional concepts in reference to followership in the workplace. This interview questionnaire contained qualitative and quantitative measures to gauge the characteristics of the CEO, the organization, and his followers. You may review these results of the survey and a copy of it, as seen on the screen currently. Scrolling all the way down will provide you with references and the pre-interview introduction and the interview questions. In the assessment of characterizing myself as an integral part of leadership process, this work may be reviewed under the OL 645 tab of Mindful Leadership. This course emphasized the requirement of completing daily meditation and journaling to cultivate space to gain clarity. These techniques enhance my self-awareness, increase my ability to focus, regulate emotions, and reduce stress. It is through the daily meditation and journaling that I was able to revisit past scenarios and capture moments that I could have performed more efficiently and effectively in communication, both personally and professionally. Acknowledging my areas to move on, I have been able to maintain composure when delivering undesirable news, self-regulate my emotions, build stronger relationships, and make rational decisions. The fourth and final learning outcome is to engage in independent research by applying critical thinking and inquiry skills in data gathering, synthesis, problem solving, and decision making. The OL 530 Organizational Communication for Leaders exemplifies my ability in these areas. Scrolling down to the 2024 Boeing Crisis Case Study. In this, I was tasked with reviewing and analyzing the current organizational crisis. I chose the 2024 Boeing organizational crisis that began with an airplane crisis in midair. Utilizing numerous resources, I assessed the reactions and characteristics of Boeing's leadership team and correlated those to organizational ethical standards. Throughout my research, I discovered that 3 senior executives were involved in an ongoing scandal and federal investigation, and that a whistleblower proclaimed labor and retaliation allegations against the organization. By applying critical thinking and problem solving, I proposed several framework models that, if utilized by Boeing, may have reduced the negative feedback from stakeholders and repaired its reputation through credibility and public relations. Closing out of this document, you can go back to my page that hosts all the different tabs. Going back through to organizational leadership will bring you once again to the 4 learning outcomes. These 4 learning outcomes have provided me with opportunities to enhance my leadership and technological skills to tackle real-world scenarios. Utilizing case studies, theories, and models have expanded my skill set in data collection, analysis, critical thinking, problem solving, and effective communication to enhance my decision making. I will continue to go forth in my leadership journey to exhibit the knowledge I have gained while partaking in the organizational leadership program at Mercyhurst University. Thank you for taking the time to watch how this program has transformed my leadership approach and has heightened my ability to conduct effective research and communication. I encourage you to spend a little extra time going through my portfolio to examine other examples of my submitted work, view my professional experience up until this point, and to review the different organizational classes I have taken. Additionally, under the Reflections section, there are several written responses to questions that I was asked to answer in my final weeks in this program. For any advice on motivational videos and books that have helped me transform my mindset on a daily basis, please review the Recommendations tab. Under here, you will find a list of books as well as motivational speakers that have impacted my mindset and is on my transformational journey. If you would like to connect further, please reach out to my LinkedIn account located on the About Me page underneath my profile. You can go ahead and click it and it'll take you directly to my LinkedIn. Once again, thank you and have a great day.